Saptakanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwavamostate Devi Pranamami Hariti Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. So let us start. I think this is a very exceptional class. I have only one devotee who will be listening. With the Lord's arrangement. Okay, yeah. And Shyamalavi Mataji is also here in person, so that makes it two. So Hare Krishna Mataji, so you are ready with your pen and notes, everything? Hare Krishna.
Can you hear me now, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
I just put on the headset, Prabhuji. There was no mic in that I was speaking. You couldn't hear, I guess. I just got my husband ready for his physiotherapy session just now. So happy with that. That's why I couldn't.
Oh, I see. Okay, Mataji. Anyway, I am putting it on YouTube also. So even in case you are not able to join, you should be able to hear it there.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So we are on chapter 3. Hare Krishna, Krishnamurti Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. So we are in chapter 5.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
So chapter 5, we have been at it for some time. So today what I am trying to do, I am going to summarize the whole chapter and then we will go into the other shlokas that we are yet to see. So this chapter has been entitled Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness by Srila Prabhupada. Action in Krishna Consciousness. So in chapter 2, Lord Krishna told us about the most important thing, that the entire, the concept of Adhyatmic knowledge, the very concept of transcendental knowledge stems from one root, that is the realization that we are not the body. We are spirit souls. And this entire material world is made up of material elements. They are counted in different ways, but say approximately 23 or 24 elements. But these are all material elements. These material elements, under the influence of the three modes, which is also material, part of material energy, they carry out all the activities of the material world. So when you analyze the material world, that's called Sankhya. Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya means counting. Okay, let us analyze the material world into all its constituent elements. So that way we go on counting. And by the time we have counted everything, say something like 23 or 24, we talk about working senses, we talk about knowledge gathering senses, the 5 elements of gross elements of creation, the subtle elements of mind, intelligence, and ego. Then we count all these things, then the sense objects, all these things, when you count it, you come to something like 23 or 24. Then you see, but the life force, the living spark, that is not part of this material world at all. This material world is functioning independent of this spirit spark. It is functioning by itself. It's a machinery actually. It's a very complex piece of machinery. That is how we can define this material world. It is basically the 3 modes of nature which are operating this machinery. And 3 modes are under the Mahamaya. She is the external energy of the Supreme Lord. So Mahamaya, through these 3 modes, she is operating this material universe. And Supreme Lord is present as Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. Under my supervision, external energy is running this material world. This great machine of material world is being run by my external energy, Mama Maya, my illusory potency, she is running this material. So Krishna said, it is impossible for anyone to cross this. But because I am the operator of this, I can release anyone from this material entanglement. When I want, I can release anyone. That is why Krishna is called Mukunda. Mukunda. Mukunda means one who can give liberation. Mukti Pradata. One who can give us liberation from entanglement in this material world. That is Mukunda. So in that way, we understand that this entire material universe is made of matter, which is temporary. The definition of matter is that it is temporary. All the changes that take place in matter, everything is temporary. And it comes and goes. Mutta, mutta, praliyate, Prabhupada would say again and again. It comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. This is the nature of this entire material world. It's a very complex machinery. Now, how did the spirit spark come here? Krishna is in this material universe as the super soul. And this entire universe operates under the guidance and control, supervision of the super soul. So, is it clear, Prabhu, Krishnamurti Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
So we are now analyzing the entire material creation, and we are coming to the conclusion that the whole thing is a complex piece of machinery which is operating at the desire of super soul. So the super soul is Bhagavan, Lord Sri Krishna. So it is one plenary portion of the Supreme Lord. Like in chapter 10, Krishna says, no, by one spark of my potency, I am operating this whole material world. So, having discussed this, the question arises, then what is the role of the soul? Because I have now come to know that I am a spirit soul. I am a spark of the Supreme Lord. So, what is my role here? This is the question. So, it's a very tantalizing question because we are so much absorbed in this material world. And we many times take credit for what I have achieved. And many times we feel depressed about the things that did not work out the way I want. So this material world is affecting me constantly, minute to minute, second to second. Either I am in exaltation, or I am in depression, or I am in anger, fear. But now this analysis says, no, spirit soul has nothing to do with it. It is spiritual, you see. It cannot do anything in matter. It has nothing to do with matter. So now the question begs an answer. Then what is this? I am very much experiencing this material world, and you say I have nothing to do with it. How is it? So for that question, we got this amazing answer that the soul is aloof from material world. But the soul has developed an attachment, false attachment to the body, thinking I am this body. But this body is just one of the unlimited bodies that are there in this material world. And everything is being operated by the Supreme Lord. Operated by Supreme Lord means under his supervision, material energy and the three modes are operating the whole thing. So, where is our soul? So, our soul has developed a false attachment to the body, and that false ego drives the soul into desiring to do things. Desire. So it is only desire which is arising out of false ego, which is the connection between the soul and this material. Soul is entirely spiritual. It cannot even touch this matter. They are incompatible. They are incompatible, two things. But the Supreme Lord, through a very complex system of arrangement, you can know this in greater detail when you read Canto 3 of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Virat Rupa is explained in great detail. Virat Rupa is one of the manifestations of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord, Bhagavan, Paramatma, Brahman, One of his manifestations is this Virat Rupa. So Virat Rupa consists of all these 24 elements, all the demigods, all the senses, all the sense objects, all the gross and the subtle elements, everything is part of the Virat Rupa. So this is the Lord. And the soul, this Virat Rupa, the soul, that is a super soul. He's called Garbhodagasai Vishnu. The whole universe is like an egg, and Mahavishnu enters it as Garbhodagasai Vishnu. And from his body, the perspiration comes out and it fills half the universe. And he floats on that. And from his navel, the lotus springs. And that lotus is the combined karma of all the souls. It is that lotus. And on that, Brahma becomes self-born. And through Brahma, all creation takes place. Through three systems of middle, upper, and lower planetary system, everything is created. And it is populated with the unlimited souls, conditioned souls, bound souls, Baddha Jiva, Nitya Baddha Jiva. They are all put into this. And the super soul, who is sitting right next to the soul in the heart, he knows what the soul wants. In fact, the soul doesn't know what it wants. The soul, because when it leaves one body, it forgets everything. Now it enters from a human body, let us say it has entered into a pig body. It doesn't remember anything. I was a human being, etc. So that remembrance and forgetfulness is given by the super soul, who is sitting by the side. So the super soul knows why this human being is now occupying a pig body. The super soul knows. So super soul give the remembrance. Hey, you wanted to do this. No, you wanted to eat stool, right? Come on, now go and enjoy. Then the pig will start running. Where is warm stool? Where is dry stool? Where is wet stool? It will start looking and start evaluating which is super, which is not so good. That. So in essence, it is the external energy of the Lord, Mahamaya, and on the other side, the super soul, Bhagavan himself, they are operating this material universe. And the tiny spirit spark, which is so insignificant, cannot do anything with this material energy. But by the arrangement of the Lord, he sees the desire of the soul, and by his instruction, the modes execute. The soul desires, super soul smells it, like you see a flower from a distance. You feel the smell, no? Same way, super soul, who has no attachment at all. But the desire of the soul, the super soul knows, accordingly the modes execute. So this is what is happening. So this knowledge, when we have, then we surrender to the Supreme. And we live our life as an act of devotion to Him. It is not that I become completely renounced and I go into the forest. On the contrary, I realize the entire material creation is property of the Lord. So is this body. It's a property of the Lord. My senses, my working senses, my knowledge gathering senses, my mind, intelligence, false ego, everything is meant to serve Him. Then I start using all my resources to serve the Lord. He is the enjoyer, not me. He is the enjoyer, and let me serve Him. So in this way, we can answer the question which is usually asked by many people. They say, is not God and the soul one and the same? There are so many souls we see, but this is all false. There is only one soul, and that is Bhagavan or Paramatma or Brahman. The so many souls is actually an illusion. People say that, but the fact is, this is not an illusion. Anything which comes from the Supreme Soul or the Supreme Lord is not false. It is not illusion. It acts exactly as the Supreme Lord wants it. Because he has the most powerful will. His will cannot be defeated by anyone. When the Lord has created this material world for a purpose, And I thinking I am a jnani. And I think, no, it's all false. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. Brahman is only real. Material world is all mithya, illusory. Then you are going against the Lord. The Lord has created this material world out of his infinite powers, and he wills it to be in existence as long as he wants. And you are saying it is an illusion. So when the tiny spark turns against the Lord's will and says, no, it's all illusion, I will liberate myself. No, it doesn't work. Both the bondage and liberation, it is at the will of the Lord. So the Lord must decide, I want to liberate the soul, and you are liberated. He is Mukunda. So the soul, what it should do, instead of foolishly claiming, I am God, or I am one with God, or because of illusion, I am thinking I am a separate soul, but in reality, I am the only one soul. And then I will become Brahman. Through my process of meditation, through my Ashtanga Yoga, one day I will realize that I am the God. So this is all bogus, and it will completely defeat the soul. The soul is trying to work against nature. So this kind of renunciation, renouncing that, no, this is all illusion. I have got nothing to do with it. I renounce my body. I renounce my senses. I renounce all sense objects. I renounce my wealth. That kind of renunciation is called Falgu Vairagya, bogus Vairagya. Because first of all, this body also doesn't belong to you. Well, who are you to renounce it? the Lord, by his superior planning, has given you this body, and you cannot renounce it. You have to only realize this body belongs to him, not me. For a temporary period, the Lord has given it to me, but it is his property only. So that consciousness is what is required. If you apply this consciousness, then your Vairagya becomes Yukta Vairagya. So there are two kinds of Vairagya. Falgu. Falgu means Mumukshibi Paritya. You falsely think that this body belongs to me. You falsely think the senses belong to me. You falsely think that things around me, my family, my wealth, my bank balance, my car, my bungalow, you are falsely thinking and you are renouncing. So first of all, you have a false faith and you are renouncing, that is also false. That's why it's called falgu. It is bogus renunciation. So Mayavadis try to do this kind of renunciation. And they fail. How they fail? One example is how Vishwamitra failed in front of Menaka. After many, many years of trying to liberate himself, just in front of one Apsara lady, one simple Apsara lady, he fell down. So this is what happens. If the soul thinks, I am great, I am God, I am only temporarily in illusion, but I will break out of the illusion, then I will be God. Anyone tries to do that, they will fall like that. So this is the example what we see from the life of Vishwamitra, and so many other examples of that. And Prabhupada calls it as the ultimate snare of Maya. Maya sets up many traps for the soul who is trying to become free, right? Everybody wants to attain transcendence. And so Maya keeps many snares. Vishwamitra fell in one snare, right? So people fall in different snares. Material sense gratification. Somebody is an intellectual, then it sets up an intellectual trap. Somebody is a mental speculator, Maya will set up a mental trap. Similarly, this is the ultimate trap. What is the ultimate trap? If you try to renounce everything and say that I am God, that is the trap. Maya Devi makes you think that I am God. And that is the ultimate trap. Then what happens to these people, They will start thinking I am liberated. They are not liberated. But they falsely think that I am a liberated soul. Next thing what they will do, they will open hospitals for the poor. They will open educational institutions for the poor. They will open old age homes and they will start administering all these things. So Prabhupada says, Arey, yesterday you told everything is mithya. And you said you have renounced everything. And why are you now getting trapped into all these activities? Then the Mayavadi will say, what is this? Why you are talking like this? I am only doing social service. I am serving the world. I am serving the suffering humanity. What is it? Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. I am doing something great. And you, devotee, in the name of serving God, you are wasting so much of milk and honey pouring on some stone deities. But I am actually serving. Then the devotee laughs. But what happened to your renunciation? We thought you had renounced everything. But you are now again getting back to the schools and colleges and all these things. Is this all not illusion? Then the Mayavadi is a little confused. He says, yeah, I have realized I have become liberated. After getting liberated, I am just trying to serve. Who are you serving? It's all illusion. If you have become already liberated, you should be doing nothing. You should be Brahman. So this is how the trap works. So this is a very, very powerful trap that Maya sets up, making you think I am a liberated person. I am a Jivan Mukta. Anyone thinks he is a Jivan Mukta, he is a fallen soul actually. Yeah. So how the soul can become one with God? Prabhupada explains. Prabhupada says, soul can become one with God. Not that soul cannot become one. But how is God has the will, the ultimate supreme will. You have infinitesimal will. You align that will with the will of the Lord. So we have many examples. One is Jesus Christ. He aligned his will with the will of his supreme Father. He said, I don't want to be crucified, Father. As an individual soul, my will is that I don't want to be crucified. It is going to be too painful. I don't want. But I know you are the super soul. You are the supreme soul. You are the soul of all souls. You are the ultimate governor, controller of everything. And your will is supreme, and I surrender to your will. Because I know you are the well-wisher of all. So you have a plan, and I will align with them. If it is your plan that I should be crucified, I submit to that plan. So now what has happened? Jesus has become one with his Father. His Father wants him crucified. Jesus says, yes, I will get crucified. That you become. So this is the way that we should become one with God. The unlimited Lord and the minute, tiny soul, they can become one. Not in quantity. In quantity, he remains Vibhu, unlimited, immeasurable. But the soul, by aligning its infinitesimal free will with that of the Lord, it becomes one with him. This is spiritual world. So we talk about material world and spiritual world. And spiritual world is exactly a place where all the souls are aligned with the will of the Lord. The souls have only one desire, to give pleasure to the Lord. There is alignment. Perfect. Not that I want to gain something from the Lord. I will serve him, but I will get something in return, some hidden agenda. I want to achieve this. So I know the Lord is powerful, so I will serve him and I will attain this. The Lord doesn't say don't do like that. The Lord says, all right, but you are a mixed bhakta. You are a mixed up bhakta. Because you don't know that your supreme happiness comes from serving me without any motivation. But still, at least you have come to me, even though you have some material desire. To fulfill the desire, you are coming to me, no, I accept you as a devotee. You can grow further. As you grow further, you will realize that your greatest happiness in watering the root, which is the Lord, Supreme Lord. He is the root of the entire material creation. And you just serve him. So it is not that the Lord criticizes the mixed devotees, rather, even the non-devotees, the Lord only maintains. The Lord doesn't say non-devotees, eternal hell, not like that. Non-devotees also, every need the Lord fulfills. Actually, if you see how this material universe has come about, again, if you see the third canto, how the Lord creates the material the Mahatattva, the entire the universe he creates, and all the elements he creates. And in order to activate all these things, again he enters personally, and then he activates through the gunas, through the element of kala, time, and everything begins active. All this the Lord is doing only for the sake of conditioned souls. The Lord has to do nothing for the liberated souls. The liberated souls are there in the spiritual world, enjoying themselves in the presence of Bhagavan, Supreme Lord. It's all happening naturally. But the Lord has to work extra for the conditioned souls, for the bound souls. So here also you see, the Lord is giving more mercy to the prodigal son. To the son who is listening to his instructions, Lord has to do nothing. The souls by themselves, they are happy. They serve the Lord and they become happy. But it is with regard to those souls which are Krishna Bahirmukha, the souls that have turned away from Krishna, and they are trying to enjoy independently. For those people only, the Lord has to make so many plans. Entire one energy of the Lord, external energy of the Lord. The purpose is only for these souls who are always trying to enjoy. I want to enjoy with my body, my senses, my wealth, my property, like that. So the Lord, the Lord sees, array, this soul wants to enjoy, but he has nothing. Soul is simply a part and parcel of the Jiva Shakti of the Lord. So what I have to do, I have to create a nice illusion for him. So I will create material universe where I will hide myself. I will not be visible. And when the Lord wants to hide, no, nobody can find him. When children play hide and seek, very quickly they are found out. Some people hide for 30 seconds, some people hide for 1 minute, some people hide for even 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but they are eventually found. Very relentlessly we seek them and we find them. But it's not like that. When the Lord wills, again it's the will of the Lord, I will hide, then he will be hidden out. Do you think the scientists can find him? Or the great philosophers, thinkers, the Mayavadis will find him? The Jnanis will find him? The yogis will find him? No. As long as the Lord does not will it, they will not find him. So the point that scientists are saying, we have not found God, so we reject God. We have done so much research, we got so much sophisticated equipments. Because we have not found God, there is no God. This is foolish. Because their hypothesis is wrong. Is it not? First you start with the hypothesis. Then you do a lot of experimentation and all that, and finally you come with a theory. Either you validate the hypothesis or reject the hypothesis. Here the scientists have a hypothesis which can never be validated. Scientists have a hypothesis that if God exists, we will find him. Or we must have found him by now. If God exists. And they have definitions of God. You define God. How we can define God? Without a definition, how are you going to find him also? So,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, is that Anumana Pramana what they are doing?
yeah, Anumana Pramana is, you go Arohan, the process of Arohan. You are trying to, by a process of trial and error, you are trying to go up towards the truth. You are climbing up the ladder. But you will never find. There is a nice story in the Puranas that once Lord Shiva assumed the form of a fire mountain. And the fire mountain, neither the tip nor the toe could be seen. He just took the form of a huge fire mountain. And he asked Brahmaji and Vishnu, okay, it's a pastime, to find my tip and the bottom. So Brahmaji took the form of a swan and he started finding the top. And Vishnuji took the form of a boar and he started going down. And they could never reach the top or bottom. That was the, ultimately, anyway, it is a story. So like that, this is a situation where you cannot explain the source and destination. So how through a process of Arohana, you are going to reach the ultimate conclusion. The more you go, see, forget about God. Look at this universe. The scientists are trying to find the limits of this universe. See, recently I saw some articles in Google that the scientists have discovered the biggest ocean in this planet. So far, we did not even know that the ocean exists like that. Is it possible? Any of you? Do you think this is the whole world has been mapped, right? We know 5 major oceans or 5, 6 major continents, and everything has been mapped. From where did this ocean come? Anyone has a guess? This is 21st century. Hardly a few days back, they say they have discovered a new ocean. Where? Anyone? Can't guess, no? See what they are saying. This is a subterranean ocean. It is bigger than all the oceans combined. It is there below the earth. And they say it has got waves and everything. And how did they find out? By studying the seismic waves, by sending sound waves into the earth and receiving it in different parts of the world. This study has been going for a long, long time. And finally, they have come to the conclusion there does exist a huge ocean under the ground. This is the planet in which we live. And we thought our scientists are so great, they are going to the moon and the sun and the Mars and everything. At least they know our earth very nicely. But it appears they don't. Till recently, we thought at the core of the earth, there is a molten iron and nickel substantially. And above that, the mantle, and then you have this crust where you have these plates which are moving, etc., etc. But now suddenly they are telling there is a ocean. So this is Arohan Pantha, or this process of trial and error. You think you are advancing in your knowledge, but how do I believe you? Every day you come with something and say, this is new knowledge. So at least you admit that till yesterday you are a fool. And you also admit that there is so much more you don't know. Tomorrow you may realize that yesterday I was a fool. So this process is not recommended. This process is all right for running this world, for maintaining yourself, etc. But when you are looking for the absolute truth and you are looking for liberation, then this process is useless. Then the only process is to go to the ultimate source, to go to the spiritual master who is coming in the proper parampara system, which is connected to the supreme truth. In that parampara system, it is a descending knowledge, and it is through this descending knowledge that we can find the truth. So this is where the Mayavadis, who are called mental speculators, Jnanis are called mental speculators, right? And the yogis, they use their intelligence. But all this has a limit. Only through devotional service, you connect to the transcendental reality. So both the Jnanis and the yogis, externally, they may appear very nicely dressed in saffron clothes, and they may wear some nice symbols on the forehead, and they may have shikha, and they may have rudraksha beads and so many things, and they may appear to be very spiritual, and we feel like falling at their feet. But no, they are all trapped in Maya. Either in the ultimate trap of Maya, or they are in some lower traps of Maya. Because even though they may reject matter, they think we are liberated, and then they start doing social service. So that is again actually a fall down. They don't realize. They think, we are so great, we have become liberated, now we are serving the people. No, but the moment you say, I am serving the people, you are already fallen. Okay, so, but we cannot go and tell the people this openly, because they will say, see, you are against social service also. You are only interested in worshipping the idol in the temple, but you are useless. The world has no benefit from you. But actually, because all these people are in so great illusion, to accept a living entity, which is God, is difficult for them. They will accept at most a formless qualityless something. It should not have even consciousness. It should not have a will, thinking, feeling, willing. It should not have. They will accept only a Brahman like that. It's like a clean paper. That's all. They won't accept God beyond that. That's why Prabhupada says, these people say they are transcendentalist people, but actually they want to kill God. Someone who says there is no God, at least you can accept him. Okay, he's an atheist. Straight away you can label him, he's an atheist. He denies God. Or someone who says, I am an agnostic, I don't know whether God exists or not. Okay, we can accept them also. But these Mayavadis are the most dangerous people because they will confuse you by saying there is God, that they accept God. But who is God if you ask? They'll say, no form, no hands, no legs, no eyes to see, no nose to smell, no ears to hear. Then what does he do? No, he's done nothing. He has become this material world. That Brahman has become this material. Just like a gold has become a gold ornament. So you are that person. You are that Brahman. So just see how much harm they do. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, and Srila Prabhupada repeats many times that Mayavadi Bhashya Shinilo Sarvanashahai. If you listen to the Mayavadi, because we are not yet fully established on the devotional platform. Mayavadis use the highest level of mental speculation and intellectual word jugglery. So if you start hearing them, then you will get trapped. I am God. Very nice. Oh, I am God. Okay, I will realize. At least I know I am God. I believe that. In due course of time, I will realize. So then you will no longer be able to serve God. You will no longer be able to serve the devotees. And that is the end of your spiritual life. So that's why Mayavadi, if you happen to see a Mayavadi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, jump with your clothes into Ganga. If you happen to see him on the way, I have seen a Mayavadi, don't wait for him to come near. You jump with your clothes into Ganga and save yourself. So these things are told to us out of great compassion. Great compassion. Because we are a trapped soul. Nitya Baddha. When did we become trapped? Krishnamurti Prabhu, can you make a guess? When the soul became bound in matter?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I think when we are attached to the material bondage, then this influence, so we knowingly or unknowingly, we will influence the words of that Mayavadis. And we will be disturbed.
We will be disturbed until we have been fortunate to contact a devotee.
Yes.
And we have understood the message. We have started practicing devotional service. Then they cannot touch you because they think being God is better than being a servant of God.
Okay.
They don't realize being servant of God is much greater happiness than being God. They
Yes.
don't know. They don't know. They don't know that God wants to become a devotee. Became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Krishna, he incarnated or he appeared in this world as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for two main reasons. One is called external reason, other is called internal reason. There are more reasons. I give you one specially. The external reason, he appeared as a Yuga avatar for Kali Yuga. He wanted to give the process of Nama Sankirtan, which is the Yuga Dharma. So he appears as Yuga avatar in Kali Yuga and he gives the process of Nama Sankirtan, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra to the whole world. This is the external reason why the Lord appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself. But he has an internal reason. And what is that? Can you guess? Any one of you?
To know the mood of Radharani, Prabhuji.
Yeah. And who is Radharani?
He is internal potency.
She is his own internal potency. Very right. See, Krishna has unlimited energies, and this Chit Shakti and Hladini Shakti are considered very special. Hladini is very special because it is his Ananda potency, his joy potency, with which he is enjoying within himself always. That potency, by his will, he separated out of himself. That means, don't think that means he has no more joy inside. He is always, from Purnam, anything comes out, the Purnam remains Purnam. So Radharani is the manifestation of his Hladini potency. And what does the Hladini potency do? How does it act? This is the point we should very clearly understand. The real Ananda can be experienced only in Prema. Prema and Ananda are two sides of a coin. You cannot have a coin with one side only. You need two sides. That means if you want Ananda, you need Prema. Without Prema, there is no Ananda. So the moment the Lord separates his Ananda potency and brings her out as Radharani, then they are both bound up in a spirit of Prema. So this is the eternal thing. The Supreme Lord and Srimati Radharani, who is his pleasure potency, and that which binds them, Prema, these are eternal. And automatically in Prema, what happens is you want to serve the object of your love, right? Even in the material world, we see when two people fall in love with each other, naturally they start serving each other. They want to see the other person happy. When the other person is happy, I feel happy. Automatically, happiness comes within. So this is Prema. Unfortunately, we are developing love towards the wrong people. Because number one, we think I am this body. And we think another person also, this body is another person. And then I try to exchange Prema with that person. So it's not really Prema, it's called lust, Kama. But this is actually a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, this is exactly what is happening. Between Srimati Radharani and all the gopis and Krishna, this is what is happening. Exchange of Prema only. And exchange of Prema is Ananda. So that Krishna, who is experiencing the loving devotional service of Srimati Radharani and all the gopis, he was wondering, I do love all these people, but I think they love me in a special way, which I don't know. They love me in a special way. And by loving me in this special way, they are experiencing a superior happiness. Mind you, take these things, important. Then what I experience? I want to enjoy the flavor of this Prema and the Ananda. And that is why he incarnates as Chaitanya. So it is not that, oh, I am only a soul, so I am only a servant of God, so I can never be God. Oh, that means I can never aspire for the highest, thinking highest is God. But no, the highest God wants to come down as devotee. This is the secret that we should all understand. Prabhupada again and again says, Krishna wants to make his devotee higher than himself. For Arjuna, he becomes a charioteer. For Yudhishthira Maharaj, he becomes a common messenger. He is willing to do anything for his devotees. When Vidura or Vidurani feeds him the peel of the banana, he happily eats it and he gets joy out of it. So the Supreme Lord is so much in love with his devotees. He wants to reward them always. But the devotee says, no, Lord, I don't want anything. One smile on your face is all I want. I just want to look at you. I'm unlimitedly pleased. Lord, please don't feel like that. You don't have to do anything for me. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, one desperate poor beggar called Sridhar Kolavecha. He is a banana leaf seller in Navadvip. In Navadvip area, banana is plenty. It grows on the street side only. Like the weed that grows here, banana plants grow like that in that area. He is selling those leaves and those stems. Who will want to buy? But that is all he can get, and he's in abject poverty. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls him and shows him his form as Supreme Lord. I am Vishnu. Till now, Kolavecha Sridhar has seen him as a young boy, a mischievous boy, and every day he comes and bargains with him. He steals his banana leaves and all that. For hours together, they debate every day. But Kolavecha loved him, but he did not know his Supreme Lord. Today, in the Mahaprakash Leela, in the Srivas Angan, Mahaprabhu is revealing himself as Lord Vishnu. And he is telling Kolavecha Sridhar, ask Kolavecha Sridhar, ask any boon from me, I will give you. And Kolavecha says, I don't want it. I don't want anything. Lord says, I will give you all the siddhis. I will make you the Yogeshwara. All powers I will give you. No, I don't. I will make you the emperor of the whole world. Take it. No. I will take you to Vaikuntha. He is telling, Lord, be peaceful. Because the Lord is becoming agitated. Saying, you are such a nice devotee. I want to reward you something. I want to reward you. But Kolavecha has no desire at all. He's looking at the Lord and he's feeling so much joy inside. He's fainting every minute in joy. The Lord wakes him up and says, come on, you ask me something. He says, I don't want. Lord, be peaceful. He's telling the Lord, Lord, don't be agitated. Please be peaceful. You must read all this in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Be peaceful. The Lord says, I am peaceful, but ask something. Then ultimately he asked for devotee association. Devotee association, and not even I want devotee, because it's too exalted devotee association. I want to be a dog in the house of a devotee. That's enough. Whatever remnants they throw, I will eat. This is the mood of Kolavecha Sridhar. This is the mood of Haridas Thakur. This is the mood of all exalted Vaishnavas. Come on, now let us try to understand, because we are not on that platform. But are you able to make sense out of this? That we are worshipping God for years and years and years. And ultimately the Lord is appearing in front of us. And he is asking, oh, you worshipped me so nicely for so many years. I am so pleased with you. Please ask something. And if I have nothing to ask, then why did I worship him all these years? Krishnamurti Prabhu, you must answer this question.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
without expecting this, just serving the Lord itself is a great pleasure. So if we ask for him, so definitely we will ask the materialistic only. So then once again we will be falling down. Am I right?
That is half the answer.
Oh.
Yes, Mataji, would you like to say something more?
Yes, Prabhuji, just like Dhruv Maharaj,
Yeah.
when he was asking for opulences, and when Krishna appeared himself before Dhruv Maharaj, and then he realized that I was asking for the glass pieces when I got the diamond itself. No. So similarly, when we serve the Lord, that is ultimate satisfaction, Prabhuji, and we never desire for anything more than that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, please speak.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
The thing is, Prabhuji, we desire to love God, but then sometimes I used to feel if Krishna comes and tells me, you come now, I don't know whether I'll be able to go. I don't think so, Prabhuji. We are not in that level. Although we don't need any material things, I have not reached that level. I want a level where I want only Krishna without... I should be ready whenever Krishna calls. That is what I want, Prabhuji. But I'm not in that level.
That I accept. But you see, the magic which is happening, like Sinta Mataji was telling, the magic which is happening is you start doing devotional service either to get out of your miseries, or you want to get your desires fulfilled, or out of some curiosity, plain curiosity, let me know what is the supreme truth. Is there any truth like that? But somehow, for some polluted reason, It's not a pure reason, polluted, but you start devotional service. And you go on doing. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Mandaram, Dasam, Sakyam, Atma. You start doing it in the devotee association, you start doing it. And ultimately, the Lord appears in front of you. And all your desires are gone.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji's network is gone, I think.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I think network is gone, Prabhuji. Maybe he'll
Yes.
join again.
Hare Krishna, Sumati Mataji. How is your sadhana going on, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Sadhana's going on, Mataji, trying to improve. Again, sometimes falling down, again rising.
Yeah, same
It
thing,
is like
Mataji.
that.
It happens. It happens with everyone. Krishna will be testing. Not Krishna, Maya Devi under his direction.
True, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Supriya Mataji and Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam
Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
Mataji. Pranam, Mataji.
Um,
I always used to be awestruck, Mataji, by the way you say all slokas. I've just started now reading Bhagavatam little
I
by
love
little.
shlokas, Mataji. From the initial days, I love to memorize shlokas and I'm very fond of shlokas, Mataji. I don't know why.
I actually just love the way you say. I just wondered how you, for me, even one sloka memorizing is very, very difficult. At the time, the next day I take the previous page, I look, I would have forgotten. So that is
Yeah,
how it.
because Mataji, every time I say to Krishna, I will learn something new from your devotees, and then I'll recite in front of you. Like that's how I came to know about Raja Kulshekar Alvar, and then earlier Kunti Devi and Uttara's prayer and Arjuna. So I recite all these prayers, whatever I have memorized in front of Krishna, and now Raja Kulshekar Alvar also. So
Oh,
every day I say him. So today I learned some new shloka and then I'll recite. So it'll be a just habit.
oh, Mataji,
Yes, I keep
please
doing that,
take
Mataji.
inspiration from you, Mataji. I need your guidance because I feel very, very difficult to even memorize one sloka.
Actually, Mataji, shloka memorization, there is a trick like, which in whichever language you are comfortable, like, in that language you have to write the shloka because, for me, Kannada is the most favorite language. So I write down it in Kannada and then I memorize. And then what I do is I understand the meaning of each word. Then the shloka will come to your mind, Mataji. Otherwise, it is very difficult. You will tend to forget the shlokas. So when you know the word to word meaning of the shlokas, it's very easy to remember, Mataji, because sometimes shloka will not come to your mind. But when you know the meaning, you will be able to recall the shloka, Mataji. That's how I do most often.
But the few slokas which I know, I've been putting lot of effort and then learning a few, very few only. But I really desire to do now. Only I started reading Bhagavatam daily, at least 15 minutes, 30 minutes as time permits. I've started reading. So it's, now only for the past 1 year, 1.5 years only, I'm coming to classes also. So I not very
No
familiar
problem,
with.
Mataji. See, intense desire is the price what we need to have, Mataji. That is the price to get Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna love, Krishna's love. So intense desire, if you have that, Krishna will come to know, Mataji. And you have to put the effort also. See, it's not that just because we have the desire, but when you put the effort, Mataji, Krishna definitely he will give you dadami buddhi yogam, tam ena mam upayantite. Because, but for that one condition is there. Krishna says, we have to tesham satata yuktanam. Bhajatam Preeti Purvakam. So we have to lovingly, lovingly do the service. Effort is on our part, and Krishna will give the intelligence to remember. So
Yes,
that he
Mataji.
will take care of. Effort he will see, Mataji. If sincere effort, if you put na Mataji, every
Yes,
day
Mataji.
basis, definitely it's gonna be miracle. You will only come to know, Mataji.
Yes,
One day you will
Now
only tell
itself,
me.
in fact, when I started with, I used to love to listen, Mataji. I always listen lot of lectures, and I keep telling I am inclined more to listening than reading. So I've been delaying my. I have all the books. I never take and read it. So in one of my classes, in another Bhagavad Gita classes, that Mataji was telling you should not go to bed before without reading at least one sloka of Bhagavatam. Then it struck me really hard. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
daily I'll find time after work and everything. I'll find time and read little. But now I'm actually having the interest, and I pray to Krishna. Why am I not having the desire? If I really desire all spiritual desires, you just make it happen. So I have to desire, and I started praying. Then now I'm having the time. I finish my chanting in the morning itself. The evening I find time to read. So it's happening, but it's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
initial. But as you
Actually,
said, I will also
yeah.
practice
Actually, what
memorization.
what our Guru says, no, Mataji, we can't cry for Krishna always, but that sincere cry will not be there. So we have to cry before Lord that we are not able to cry. That we should have. We are not able to cry, karke we have to cry for Krishna. And then gradually, Mataji, see, that is important, Mataji, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, because that is one of the most important limbs of bhakti, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Yes,
So we do deity worship, and we do Sankirtan, Nama Sankirtan, like chanting of name, and everything we do, the devotee association we take in the like this. And then the Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, that is also an important limb of bhakti.
Yes,
So one day, one sloka, that is more than enough, Mataji.
Now I've started that, and I'm having like little time I get in between. I feel like I'll finish off my works. Read little more. That desire is coming now. Earlier I used to say
Ah,
I'm
yeah.
okay with listening, but now you are also one of my inspirations. The way you say all slokas, I one day somehow, but I don't know whether I'll be able to memorize and all. But that time when I read, I'm relishing Bhagavatam to start with. Now that
Shiksha
is also
gurus are my inspiration, Mataji. Whenever I see my gurus mentioning, yeah, quoting the shlokas of the particular chapter, particular book, no, of Prabhupada, so I used to get inspiration. Yeah, one day I also should become like my teachers, like at least in shloka memorization or shloka remembrance. So that intense desire I was having, Mataji, and definitely we have to put effort also for that.
Yeah, I could
And
see
then
like
ultimately,
whenever Prabhuji mentioned something, you're able to relate it very quickly to that particular sloka and you're able to bring. So I could understand how much effort you have put in, and Krishna is also blessing you with that
yes,
memory and
Mataji, 100% that is Guru and Gauranga's mercy, Mataji, 100%.
everything.
Without his
Hari
mercy, we
Bol.
cannot recall anything.
Yes, Mataji. I'm very
Sunita Mataji, have you started preaching? Sorry to disturb
I
you.
wish to, Mataji. I'm still now doing my Bhakti Shastri level, fifth level. I'm in fifth module. So once I
Oh,
complete my
Hari Bol.
Bhakti Shastri, soon I'll be completing. Like in August, I'll be getting certificate. So yeah, after that, I'll plan, Mataji.
I have just started Bhakti Shastri Mataji. Only 4 classes are over for us. That too
Correct.
offline. So
As
almost
a
3 hours goes going to temple and coming.
Offline is
I
that is
didn't.
even more good, na Mataji. That is even more good.
Yeah, yeah. But then it is a little bit tough trying with Krishna's mercy. Hope I be able to do the work and all other assignments and everything, submission, everything has to be done on time. No.
Yes,
Hope
Mataji.
hope I get to do that
Bhakti
with
Shastri is
Krishna
also
and Guru's
see,
mercy.
that is also an inspiration also. See, when we do Bhakti Shastri, we will get to know so many shlokas, and it is mandatory also to learn 108 important shlokas also. And along with that, if we have the taste to learn more shlokas, and that's how we can. And on every Ekadashi days, what I do is from YouTube, I'll write down all the shlokas of the particular chapter. Like, I have made a copy for separately for that. And then I'll go through it every now and then. Like, on every Ekadashis, I recite in front of Lord all the all chapters shlokas, like 6th chapter, 12th chapter, 15th chapter, like that. So it is for the satisfaction of Lord. So we're not reciting it for anybody, but only for the Lord. So that's how you improve the taste with this shlokas.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji, for giving us the inspiration. Hope we get to do that.
Thank you, Mataji.
I do the same
Even
thing, what you said.
All
I write
are
and keep.
inspiration for me also. Even at this age, Krishnamurti Prabhu, see, he's so sincere and he's so dedicated. And Prabhu is also an
True,
inspiration.
true.
He-
I see Prabhuji in most of
Yeah,
the
he'll attend
classes.
all the
Very
classes.
inspiring. Yeah. Hari Bol Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hari Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you Mataji. You have recognized me. And only
Hari
for
Bol.
all your inspirations only I am doing this. I get pleasure, Mataji. I get pleasure.
Yes, Prabhuji, ultimate taste. This is the ultimate taste. And
I-
Supriya
And
Mataji, I must say, she drastically has come to such a great platform. So, yeah, I could see because Supriya Mataji very lately joined, but still she has made tremendous improvement in and Bhakti field. Really
the all,
amazing.
yeah,
the
yeah,
Lord,
she's very fast.
Yeah,
the
she's very fast.
The Lord made all arrangements that I'm not saying I've made quick progress, but I'm able to do my sadhana sincerely because I really know the need of the catching hold of the parampara and getting quicker in Krishna consciousness, Mataji. So that has given me the push actually. And
Yes.
now it's like I'm kind of greedy now. I started first when I started, I was thinking I should read Bhagavad Gita fully. Then I thought Bhagavatam I should read fully. Now after Prabhupada said Chaitanya Charitamrita, and now this also Prabhupada Leelamrita also. I'm kind of getting greedy. I'm asking Lord, I should
Yeah.
in this life at least one time.
Laulyam should always be there. Laulyam for yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Then I thought I'm becoming greedy over. Then I thought, okay, it's spiritual greed, no matter.
Yeah, it is allowed, Mataji. It has to be there. It has to be there.
At least one time in my lifetime, that is what. And the pace I'm going, I really don't know. Bhagavatam, I'm just started only fourth chapter in first canto. The last 2 months only I've started. I don't know.
Actually, there is a saying, no, Mataji, Swadhyaya. What you're doing is Swadhyaya. So that greediness should be there. Swadhyaya, it improves your intelligence, Mataji. It purifies your intelligence. By chanting, we improve our this thing, mind.
Yes,
And by
Mataji.
association, by sadhu sangha and association, we purify our body.
Yes,
Like that.
Mataji. All
Three
I'm
things will help. Three things will help us, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. I'm not
Chanting.
having this personal devotee association, Mataji. I'm stuck at home because my husband is
No
not.
problem, Mataji. Nobody is having that personal association. That is very difficult nowadays, Mataji. But this virtual only, online association.
Yes, Mataji. But still, like Prabhuji's classes, and I have one more class of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. That also, that we make sure we attend all those classes. Only then, we have to be keeping away from Maya's trap. So
Yeah.
that is a big.
Moment we are away from our this spiritual path, the devotee association, that means we are in Maya. Most of the time we are in Maya, and yeah, as Prabhu always says, we are very little time we are spending in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Mataji. Plus, we should not keep our mind idle. Always we should occupy either with our work or with Krishna's messages and everything. Otherwise, we are always into trap. That is the problem. We should always.
Those are the two principles. Always think of Krishna, remember Krishna, and never forget
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Prabhuji's net is still not on, I think.
No, Prabhuji has messaged in the group that there is no power. So we will continue in the next class, he has told. He said there is no power.
Actually,
So,
the class was on supposed to be on Friday, right, Mataji?
Actually, that was a mistake, I think, Mataji.
Yeah, because the date is 3. It is showing 3.
Yes, yes. Actually, today morning I sent a message to Shama Mataji saying today I'm working, but work is less. I'll be able to join. Then I went through the message again. It was showing 3-5. And I thought,
no,
3-5.
there is one more link she has sent. 2 links she has sent. One for
Okay.
1st May and the other one Bhagavad Gita for 1st May and Prabhupada Leelamrita for 3rd May. 2 messages she has sent in that.
because I saw Sumiravi Mataji's message and I thought today is the class. And I didn't go through the message. It was 3-5. Then Shama Mataji confirmed that we have Bhagavad Gita today and Leelamrita on Friday.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Mataji. So we will end. I don't think Prabhuji will join.
Yes, Mataji.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय और ग्लोरीज टू असम्बल डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा और ग्लोरीज टू
Hare
असम्बल
Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji, Hare
हरे
Krishna, Mataji,
कृष्णा
Hare Krishna,
हरे कृष्णा थैंक यू प्रभु जी थैंक यू माता जी
Hare Krishna. You can end the meeting, Mataji.